If I ever wanted to play a shooting game where I could just go out, get in there, and deal out some close quarters beatings, without the fear of running dry when there's one more guy just waiting around the corner for me, and I didn't want to force the sleight of hand card, I may have had to sacrifice my MP5 or my Uzi, and even the Vector, probably the biggest culprit of them all when it comes to running out on you when you need its bullets most. And while the UMP45 is a pretty dominant gun, and it can sustain the fire for quite a long time, it doesn't have that one thing that I love in a submachine gun, and that is that shred 'em up fire rate. The UMP can do a lot of things, but it can't shred. The UMP feels more like it's chugging along at a train's pace, like what the fuck is that? That does not say spray and pray to me. That's not SMG. Do you know what I do like in an SMG? I want to hear it shred. I want to hear it go. That is the kind of mess that I want to hear my submachine gun spitting out. I want to hear it sing to me, spray and pray. And I realise that I'm asking for quite a tough combination here. I'm looking for the everlasting shredding machine. I'm looking for a submachine gun that packs a lightning fire rate with a big ass magazine. And if I wanted that experience, I could do one of two things. I could hop on World at War, where all the submachine guns pack a round drum or box magazine that house more rounds than the fucking classy World War II machine guns can do. Or I could return to the modern warfare scene, where I could throw on an FN P90, where I could run, spray, and spray again to my heart's content, without fear of an empty magazine halting me in the middle of a gunfight and telling me to fuck off and reload. If there was ever an advert with a guy trying to sell you a P90, then it may sound a little like that. What the P90 packs, in summary, is one big firecracker. It's like a little M240. It's a mini shredder. Although I would imagine, for people that have come from Call of Duty 4 in particular, the P90 doesn't exactly need this kind of advertising. I'm sure you're all aware of just how much lethality this thing has. But everything I've said so far, everything I've played up about this gun, I've been playing up a bare P90 with no attachments. You know, this thing's already got rapid fire and extended mags built into it, but imagine some people might be very highly demanding with their guns, and 50 rounds might not seem like quite enough. Why don't we try extending the magazines even further and add another 25 rounds on top? Well, quite frankly, I think you're starting to take the piss a little bit, because 75 rounds in my submachine gun, as generous as that seems, is a little overkill. 50 rounds is brilliant. 75 rounds is fucking outstanding. And while I would never want to just blindly turn it down, I'm gonna have to say no in favour of a more practical attachment when the extended magazines going up to 75 is just the unnecessary bonus. Nice bonus, but I'm content with 50 shots. I'd much rather stay off their radar, particularly when I'm just running back and forth in team deathmatches in lobbies full of casual people who just more often than not look to their radar to tell them where I am shooting them from. I think the suppressor is going to do me a lot more favours in the simpler game modes just like this one. As for the P90 strength, it ain't exactly a strong gun, and you're not exactly going to be sniping across the map with it, but like I've said, this is the kind of gun that I want to get right up in their grill with. Right about here. If I'm going to go hunting with the P90, I want to make sure that I'm doing it from a range like that, and not across the map, because you know what? You're going to struggle. And I think that kind of confirms it. It's a good thing I have a lot of rounds backing me up there, because that was an embarrassing piece of shooting. But if I do spot someone at long range, I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. In a way that I strongly fucking approve of in some situations. When an explosive seems necessary, I'm gonna blow your ass up. I played Modern Warfare 2 for a long time, and I'm certainly no stranger to explosives in this game. RPGs are very fun tools, but explosive spam, it ain't cool. There's a time and a place, even for rocket launchers. And the time and the place for me is when I have a submachine gun in my hands and there's a guy all the way across the map out of my range. And to me, that is when the concept of launching a fucking rocket at them becomes a plausible and an acceptable option. But I've got to say, I often wonder what it might be like from the enemy's perspective getting killed by me and my explosives when my gamer tag reads, "Explosive Boo," I'm wondering if that alters their opinion on it in any kind of way, or maybe escalates their reaction to a more irritated level than before. And I kinda think, what if I changed my name to Dropshot Boo, and all I did was drop shot all game? Would it piss them off even more, just because my name is reinforcing the type of kill it was? Very, very silly, but I can't help but wonder if all these guys here were pissed off with Explosive Boo's Semtex, his launching of the RPG, and then finally his casting of the Predator missile, which I brought down to get a nice round 3. So that's 5 guys in about 10 seconds time, all blown to bits by the supposed explosives-driven man. I wonder if any of those guys were doubly pissed off just because of the name behind it. The childish side of me likes to think, I bloody hope they were. And we're just about reaching the end of the game for now. I have no idea what kind of game I'm going to bring you next, whether it's Modern Warfare 2, or whether it's some other Call of Duty, or whether it's Gears of War, because I am struggling to peel myself away from the sheer brutality. A wonderful game finally getting the dedicated servers it deserves, and I fucking love it. So thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.